Hello, in this video we're going to be using iteration to find roots. So the objective here is to use iteration formulae to estimate roots of equations. So the key idea, iteration works by repeatedly using values until the numbers converge to a particular value. So here's an example. It says use the iteration formula xn plus 1 equals the cube root of 5 minus xn 3 times to find an estimate to the solution of this equation here. So we have to use the starting value of x equals 1. So basically this formula here is used to estimate the roots of this equation here. So the more times we apply the iteration formula, the closer we get to the true root. So the way we do it is we start off by defining x0 to be 1, because that's what they've told us to do. So when we find x1, we need to use x0 as our input. So it's going to be the cube root of 5 minus x0, which is 1. And that's going to be the cube root of 4, which is equal to 1.5874. So now what we're going to do to find x2 is we're going to input our previous value. So this time we're doing the cube root of 5 minus x1, which is 5 minus 1.5874. And if we do that, we end up with 1.5055. So now when we're trying to find x3, we're going to input our previous result, which is the cube root of 5 minus 1.5055. And if we work that out, we end up with 1.5175. So the answer to this one is 1.5175, but it wants the answer to 2 decimal places. So our final answer is x equals 1.52. Here's another example. So we need to use the iteration formula xn plus 1 equals the square root of 3 minus xn 3 times to find an estimate to a solution of the equation x squared plus x minus 3 equals 0. And we're using the starting value of x0 equals 1. So our starting value, x0 equals 1. So to find x1, we're going to do the square root of 3 minus 1, because that's the previous answer. So that's the square root of 2, which is 1.4142. So then when we find x2, we're going to do the square root of 3 minus the previous answer, which is 1.4142, which is equal to 1.2593. And then if we want to find x3, we're going to do the square root of 3, take away our previous answer, which is 1.2593. So if we do that, we end up with 1.3194. So the answer to this question is 1.3194, but it wants our answer to 2 decimal places, so I'm going to say x equals 1.32 to 2 decimal places. Here's another example. So we need to use the iteration formula xn plus 1 equals 3 plus 9 over xn squared with the starting value of x0 equals 1 to find the values of x1, x2 and x3. So if I do that, I have x0 equals 1. So x1 is going to be 3 plus 9 over our previous answer squared, which is 1 squared. So 3 plus 9, which is 12. So then when we find x2, we use a previous answer of x1 equals 12. So it's going to be 3 plus 9 over 12 squared this time, which is equal to 3.0625. And then if we want to find x3, we have to use our previous answer, which is 3 plus 9 over 3.0625 squared. So if I do that, that is going to be 3.9596. So we have our value of x1, x2 and x3. So here's a quick fire practice question on this topic. Pause the video, have a go at this one, and I'll reveal the answer in a moment. Okay, so well done if you managed to have a go at that one. I've just displayed the answer on the screen, and that's everything for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye!